Hello, hello. It's been so long since I've done this by myself. I don't even to make sure my audio is coming through. Oh God! Right as I started, Bob started vacuuming upstairs. Oh man, it's probably not too loud. I would hope. Oh my God, it's not loading. I can't even see if I. Oh. Hello? Am I coming through or not? I think I am. Yes, I am. It's just quiet. I'm sure it'll get louder. It always does this to me. Hello, Zeke. Can you hear me enough right now? I know it'll get louder. It's always really quiet when I first start for some reason. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Yeah. Okay, I don't remember a lot of what happened. I remember I'm trying to solve a murder, I'm pretty sure. I'm going through like the timeline of events. That sounds right. That sounds like what was happening. I could just be making that up. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, I forgot how pretty this was. I missed it. Okay, now I don't remember. I should have like rewatched my video before I started. Oh, what did that do? I don't actually know. Yeah, she died. And I have to figure out why. Through the mist, a flame burns brightly. Okay. A black hole that can stop the Big Bang. Yeah, and there's a lot of like, oh shit. A lot of symbolism that it's the Big Bang. A suspicious shape, only folded space-time, however. I don't know what that means. Okay, I already looked at that one. Oh. A work of art is spied from afar. Oh, I could go in. Could I do that for the other one? I didn't even try. A dark smudge lingers in space, pulling everything in its vicinity towards destruction. Inescapable, the black hole even absorbs the light that enters its event horizon. But rays that narrowly avoid the event horizon are bent around the massive object. Space-time curves like a lens, and the beams converge on a focal point behind the black hole, forming an Einstein ring. I don't know what an Einstein ring. I remember bits and pieces of it. It has been a while. Stand at that lonely point in space, and distant sights will appear magnified as if upon a vast canvas. I remember how pretty it is. Okay. Oh. This guy, I remember this guy, I think he's the one with like the he's a rock star or something like that. Cufflinks carefully taken off before getting dirty. Okay. Yeah, that swirl is important. We see it all the time. Am I supposed to do something with these? No. Oh, I can move. Okay. Here he is again. Nothing here. His arms are so long. Oh, a button torn off while doing some heavy lifting. Is there anything I can click on? Okay. Keep thinking I'm gonna be able to click on some of this stuff, but I guess not. Oh God, he's so close. This? No. Oh, here. This is. Okay. He's stealing the moon, guys. Planetary ring holding the pigments of several dead worlds. Cool. The remains of a planet crushed and ground into fine dust. Oh, God. 3D. Oh. I thought I was have to go in blind. Can I not click on something? The hand is here, like I can click on it. I think it's just all over the... Water from a pristine comet, now melted and saturated with interstellar grime. That is a bucket. This is lime. God, it's right in my face. Oh. It's like a constellation. Hello. A press photo, pre-autographed and well-worn. Golden boy. Yeah, he plays this. He plays the saxophone, not the guitar. Idiot. Oh, I don't care about that. An ornate fountain pen used to draw flamboyant lines. The ink has run dry. Okay. It's bigger than I am. Oh, behind you! Oh, I just got an achievement. It scared me. Okay. I don't know what that told me. Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. I don't remember any of this. An unfinished mechanism for assembling black holes. A golden touch is missing. Okay. A plan for how to save a god. Okay, I do remember that. Yeah, I got this pen. Tarnished saxophone. It still sings, though its owner is gone. Okay, it only makes noise sometimes. Okay, let's get back to business. Can I leave, please? Is there something I have to... Oh. Okay, I didn't try to go in this one. I could the whole time. 380,000 years after the Big Bang, the universe was like a smoke-filled chamber from which light could not escape. The stars had not yet arrived, and a haze of hydrogen would smother all light until their appearance. Over hundreds of millions of years, the pressure of gravity condensed the first star from this cloud of hydrogen and ignited a fire across the whole universe. Memories of the Dark Age, however, linger to this day, for at the heart of every gas giant lives a failed star. That's cool. It's like an astrology lesson. I think I did it out of order now, though. I clicked on that other one first. Look at me, I'm just an itty bitty guy. Oh, I can move. Can I jump? I can't jump and get those. That is annoying. Fresh embers, still fragrant. Okay. Oh. Oh. Done it. Oh. A chart flyer for the Constant Club brings back vivid memories of the past. Oh shit, a phone number. Okay, should I call it? Oh my god. Something I can... This is not the beginning. A hard act to follow. Is that gonna be all of these? An unforgettable act. Yeah, I think that's all of these. This one looks... Constant Club. Good booze and great music. A place to find escape. Okay. No? Am I not allowed in? Okay. Oh god. I was not expecting it. Yeah, she's pretty good. Oh. Doobie doobie. Oh my god. Were you about to kiss? I don't even have mouths. Okay, we were about to die instead, I guess. Oh. What's this? Okay. God, I'm so fast now. Let me go, dude. Oh, am I not going there? God. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I cannot move. I'm stuck. Uh-oh. I guess I was not supposed to walk on this exact spot. Oh no, do I have to... Is there a way to... Oh, I hope I don't have to do all that again. I don't know if it saved it all. Oh, thank God. I didn't even notice these guys up top before. Were they here? Okay, I am not going over there. My cursor's just stuck on the screen now. My controls are all wonky up. It's loud in here. Hey, man. Hey! What the hell? This is not nice. Oh my god. No! It's got the swirl on it. A cigar butt smelling of an extinguished ego. It's tightly wound and recently put out. piece of evidence to be filed. Yeah, put it in your jacket. Is it time to go? Yeah, I guess it is. Mission accomplished, baby. Put my blanket on, I'm cold. Oh my god, I'm confusing myself. I don't know how to put on a blanket. Okay. Okay, we got more evidence. Let's get back to business, okay? No time to dilly-dally. God, look at all these places we have to go. Leftovers from a dead Nova. Okay. Oh, I don't have to go there. A dead end. Bummer. A searchlight blazes, but Golden Boy is nowhere to be found. Golden Boy, what a... As the pull of gravity claws together clouds of interstellar atoms, tremendous pressure builds and a fire is ignited. The star is born in a halo of dust, its belly full of hydrogen, helium, and lithium. Inside, fusion digests this initial meal into progressively larger, heavier, more complex elements. Growing larger and heavier with iron, the star finally collapses and bursts into a supernova, unleashing a wind of rare heavy elements in its dying breath. Oh, there he is. Oh. And his hair. Just stop it at a certain time. Just keep... Holy shit, the sun! Whoa. Oh. Oh, I don't remember how to do this. Oops. Not that, that's for sure. I had those like seeds. Oh. Don't make me kill it. It's so pretty. Took a bite out of the tree. Whoa. Here, kitty kitty. Come here. What's this? Oh shit. Is he in here? Oh, there's no music down here. Right or left? Oh, I can't even go right. I thought it was a choice between, like, voluptuous curves carved into stone. Brings back vivid memories of the past. Okay. Oh my god, what was that? Jump scare. I love that ting sound, it's just nice. To your right, look to your right. That's how me and my friends talk to each other. There is no choice. Holy shit, it's me! Is it giving me the eyes? Oh, I can I love that sound. The phone number. Oh. I did call her. And then what? And then what? No! Oh. Gross. Oh. Hello? Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, the deer. They're trying the deer. I love the sound it makes. No, wee! Can you go back? I can't. Just a little bit of saxophone as a tree. Can I go this way now? No. Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Oh. Can I not go this way? had to lean over to see what that emoji said that you sent. What's he doing? Hey, what are you guys up to? It's a bunny rabbit. Okay, so they're following the dead ends. I'm the smart guy here. Oh, never mind. Go on. Him. No! Oh god. No! The hell? The moon. What am I doing? God, he just like that. The remains of a male creature born from the ashes of a dead star. Fatally sought after, feminine hands wish to possess it. Okay. Time to go. Oh, okay. Getting ahead of myself. Oh. Oops. I didn't actually mean to. Okay. A neutron star that has stopped spinning. The feeling of being watched overwhelms. Eyes look to the night sky, and the stars proclaim that winter is approaching. An end of days is foreshadowed in the twinkle of dying stars, and a harvest is gathered in preparation. Even subtler, yet more ominous patterns are witnessed throughout patient observation, such as the Saros cycle of eclipses, which occur every 18 years. Those who return to the same location after 3 repetitions of the cycle will experience unforgettable awe as the heavens turn black. That would be scary. If it just turned completely black in the sky. There he is. Observe. He's right behind me, isn't he? Okay, I'm making a constellation. No? No? Stars form an animal from childhood fables. Infants giggle at its foolish hurry. Hurry? What? Foolish hurry. Okay, I don't know my constellations, otherwise this might be a little bit easier. Oh, shit. A village made from the heavens. The builders haul giant stones to recreate its brilliance. Are these real constellations? They feel fake. Oh. Points linked to the shape of a sinister hand. The healers born amputated limbs in its honor. Burn, not born. Idiot. A timepiece made of celestial components. Priests pray that its light never ceases. House. Okay. A bottle illuminated by moonshine. The brewers raise a cup to the night sky. Yeah, these are fake. There's no way. Parallelogram. A barn. Lights arranged in the shape of a drum. The dancers perform myths of a great battle. Oh my god, there's a guy. Can I click on him? Go left. More constellations. Hi, I want to offer promotions of your channel. Viewers, followers, chats. Chatbots? Zeke, get rid of it. Get rid of the bot. You don't see it? Stop spamming. Distantly pulsating stars portray a broken heart. Mourners will wail to the unending darkness above. Zeke, I know, I see what you're saying. You don't have to keep typing it. Vibrations of visible light reach distant eyes and evoke a lyre. A lyre, Musicians compose songs as they dream. It sent it 3 times. I thought you were just being silly. It's probably why you can't see the message, too. Gravity has pulled matter together in the shape of a cosmic comb. Mothers weave celestial patterns into their children's hair. Cool. No. Twinkling stardust evokes sweet aromas. Maidens gather flowers under moonlight to cast a spell of attraction. I don't need that. No. 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 Is this a person? Oh. Brilliant lights form a bracelet lost in tragedy. Under its light, widows ceremoniously discard their jewelry. Okay. God. Comets fly by a dark celestial bird. Storytellers switch between a dove or a vulture based on their ominous. Oh. Pretty. It's her! It's her! What is this? A mirror. Damn it. A constellation of a tree shades the world. Lovers create new life under its ample canopy. Oh, gross. A trail of stars embodies a serpent or a worm. Druids quarrel about its portent. It's portent. I don't know if that's what it actually said. Parallel lines. I don't know what that would be. People. Fragments of the creator become celestial human figures. The dead take their place in the heavens. That's a lot of people. 2. Belt. Burning suns mimic a lit intoxicant. The chieftains are placed upon a pyre and the smoke mingles with the stars above. Yeah, I don't know all of these words. Boomerang. Gun. An ominous weapon that threateningly lingers over the world. Hunters make offerings of blood to it. Okay. This one looks like a guy. Like a bird. Or did we already got a bird, I think. Chicken. Stars cluster to form a cornucopia of overflowing gifts. Worshippers pray to it for a plentiful harvest. Smoke is like a dirty steam. That is true. Look at his beard. Damn. Good, I'm partying. I wanna go. Seems like fun. Oh, it's up there. Silly. They're hurting him. A torch used to light a ceremonial beacon. Bacon. Familiar photograph passed down through generations. Okay. The horn of a dead creature spirals into a bouquet of flowers. The many species should be catalogued. What did I just do? Oh, I took it. Oh wait, I didn't even get to turn to the left. Oh, it's so bright. Oh, achievement. Oh, right. Okay. An antler from a stag. Once part of a star, it was pursued for its strange beauty. Okay. A cornucopia. An offering left on an altar. Epic. Epic. I click on this guy again. Am I supposed to be doing that? I don't know. Going through the motions. Not the wormhole. Familiar trail leads to a new variable. Let's go. "9.5 billion years after the Big Bang, the ashes of an ancient stellar explosion begin gathering in a single point. The crush of gravity compacted these remnants so tightly together that they ignited into a newborn star, orbited by a halo of dust and gravel. Around this star, asteroids collided. Ever larger clumps of inanimate rock were formed, and this protoplanetary disk would slowly gather into 8 planets. Over the next 4.5 billion years, these planets spun silently in the void." That's us, guys. For a large percent of the universe's age, the only histories written were in the strata of lonely geology. But this quiet would not last. Warned you guys, that's us. It's our solar system. Ouch. He is always looking at me. He wants me. Hmm. A piece of golden shrapnel, remnants of a supernova. Zeke, you're online? What's not you? Oh, I could just click on anyone. Oh. Oh. Saturn? Earth. That's us, guys. That's us. Zeke included. It's Jupiter. That would be Mars, maybe? Mercury. Am I missing one? 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. Where is it? Okay. A rock recently fragmented into a sharp point. Not accidental. We don't know that. Earth. Oh, it's just the same thing. Oh, I'm following the... Hello. She is tall. G. Yeah. Gate. Gather. Hunter-gatherer. Ooh, farming. Sheep. They're naked. Blanket. Oh, why did I do that? This was very nice. Oh my god. Destroying their shit. Smashed pottery, the evidence of pillage. Yeah, me. That's me doing that. It's just that, then I don't think I have to break all of these. Oh. I can't break the big one. I can't click on this. The pyramids! Oh my god, me. I was present for the building of the pyramids. Oh. Oh shit. Got him. Fragments of a divine statue recently toppled. Yeah, that was me. Oh shit. Oh no, he's there. Is this... What is it? Mount. The fuck is it? Starts with a P, I think. The famous volcanic eruption. Pompeii, yes. Thank you, Zeke. The staff with two figures spiraling inward. All other artifacts are buried beneath rubble. Yeah, I think Pompeii was the city where the volcanic eruption happened. Pompeii's monster? Is that actually what it's called? I feel like you're yanking my chain here. I feel like you're goofing me. You're even gaffing me. Frankenstein jar? Oh. So you are goofing me. A catechus staff? Finally crafted artifact from a great catastrophe. Okay. Avoid. A rogue planet far from home. Spider-Man. Is that a Spider-Man movie? Far from home? A golden glint catches the eye on a crisp afternoon. Winter winds blow as the Earth teeters in its orbit around the Sun. 23.5 degrees of axial tilt results in a planet that bows in defense to its star, frosting the distant hemisphere with deep snowbanks and icy streams. But in time, each hemisphere will lean towards the sun. Radiant heat will warm one hemisphere as the other exhales frozen breaths. Without the decay of autumn or the dying off in winter, there would be no hopeful budding in the spring nor flowering of summer. The rare Earth hypothesis proposes that evolution cannot happen without such environmental hardships: the axial tilt that incites the seasons, the tectonic plates that crash together, and the other cyclical forces of the planet drive life to thrive through resiliency and rebirth. Radio static. Sun? Hmm? My god, now I'm enormous. Holy shit, the Earth. Oh, don't just poke it, nerd. Yeah, I'm really fucking him up right now. Uh-oh. Ouch. Back away, back off. You're too close to the sun. Nice. Stop, you're too close to the sun. It's too hot. Oh. Get closer to the sun, you're too cold. It's too cold for you. The Ice Age. Thaw. Oh, I can move. OMG, civilization. Oh, he does not fit in there. Wood, bucket, leaf, bowl. God, they're tearing shit up in there. Wood, bucket, leaf, bowl. Nice. Oh, bowl. Okay. Wood, bucket, leaf. I'm stealing your bowl. Fragile porcelain cup. Presently empty. Okay, cup, bowl. It's the same thing. Can I get these things? I can't go in there. Where am I? I'm right there. Let me in. It's cold out here. What do I do? What do you want me to do? Oh, go back. Okay. I guess I gotta go find the wood bucket leaf. What's this? Wood. Oh, let's go. The remains of a tree old as time. Easy to set aflame. Wait, no. Put me back on the bridge. Okay, now I need Bucket and leaf. Don't think anything's gonna be growing at this hour, but bucket? No. Oh my god, I thought I got stuck again. Uh-oh. The photograph. A woodblock print of a demon? This is a demon? Very scary. Old tools, well maintained. I check all of these drawers? Are they all just old tools? Oh, that's simply a charming doll. Another doll. I guess it goes by row. Maybe I should check on the fire. Or can I not? What am I meant to do here? Oh, I just had to open that one. Tea leaves. With these, the future may be divined. Divine? Yeah. Okay, I go back this way now. I still need a bucket. Is there not anywhere further to go? Oh. Bucket! Pail of water to quench a powerful thirst. Now that was lucky of me, I think. Oh. Oh my god, it was right. I took that long ass path, and for what? It's not about the journey, it's about the money I'm gonna make from this guy. Yeah, I've got all three of those. Give me a little squeaky noise. Can I come in now? Thank you, it's cold out here. Why am I, like, pulsating? I don't have a full physical form right now, and I don't know why. I gotta wait. Fragments of once precious possessions, taken in lieu of unpaid taxes. That is not very nice. Poetic words, a distraction from work. Okay. Can't click on anything else. Doesn't look like. I am just fragments. Can I do something with this? There it is. Oh shit. I'm making tea. Do I get to drink it? Oh shit. Why did I do that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna kick my ass. Uh-oh. Oh, he kicked that guy's ass. Shit, he's going glitch mode. Oh god. That's the demon from the thing. It's kinda cool. Oh. My god, it's... Stop spinning! A broken offering tray, spots of blood washed clean by spring rains. Where does this piece go? A destroyed children's toy. Summer rain has faded the paint. Looks like a kitty. It's a mask. A crushed skull, fragrant with autumn's decay. Gross. What? Oh, I can... Why not? Okay. This is the porcelain bowl, cup, whatever it needs to be. A shattered ceremonial cup for discussion of peace over winter's tea. Clearly that did not work very well. Ah, shit. He's everywhere. I'm the demon? Holy shit, two-dimensional man. Cup shattered and remade. The cracks reveal unseen patterns. New lines of inquiry bloom. Okay. Time to go home, I guess. God, I'm almost there. I keep forgetting we have to go over here first. This just looks like hair to me. Not the good kind. The cracks of this cup suggest new lines of inquiry. Okay. Investigation provides no new clues. Sound waves vibrate alluringly. Let me see if either of these are. A slight vibration, then nothing. A near miss. Okay, so it's just this. Radio waves from the Big Bang echo all across the universe, and recorded in their vibration is a moment of collaboration. Electrons and protons, once heated rivals, cooled enough to come together in harmony. Their union created the first elements and left a song that plays in the background of the cosmos to this day. This phenomenon, called the cosmic background radiation, allows scientists to listen to the moment of the Big Bang and compose a timeline of the birth of the universe. How much of this is based in reality, if it's just completely made up for this game. Because I'm not very smart, so I have zero idea. The idea of being able to listen to the Big Bang sounds absolutely fake. Saxophone. Ace. Let's go. Improvisation. Oh. A curiously quiet rock. While silent now, a future visit will prove fruitful. Okay. What is that? The moon? Pluto? Improvisations. The moon. Devoid of life, but echoes of an alluring song bouncing off its surface. Okay. A sign that beckons. It really does beckon. Oh shit, I'm being a creep. Oh yeah, okay. A flyer for a raucous music venue. Okay, there we go. Listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. Yeah, go that way. I think he just flashed me. Okay. Is the mouse part of the band? Let's go play the saxophone. Are we gonna have a battle? Simon Says. Doot, 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 doot. Oops. Sorry, I didn't. I'm snapping the shit out of my fingers. We're getting jazzy with it. Am I leading? Do I have to remember that? He's a lot better than I am. God. Ugh. Yeah, there's so many of us. What am I meant to be doing? Oh, clicking on that guy apparently. Damn, dude. Relax. Dude, the dream team right here. Is that my pass? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Or the other way? No, I should. Wait, I could click. Oh, I can click on the train. I would have just done that forever, honestly. I'm supposed to be going the other way? Oh, God. It looked like it was facing the left. I don't know why. I just want to go left so bad, I guess. No! They killed him? What the hell? He was so cool. His shoes are so clumpy. An upright base, riddled with bullet holes. Now quiet, its silence requires contemplation. Damn. The top is the swirl. Blue. Blue. A rumor that goes nowhere. An asteroid sets a new relationship in motion. A lone gravitational wave. See? You can't just say that and then not explain. Ancient Earth was barren, cold, lifeless, until a collision. An astronomical body the size of Mars slammed into Earth, showering debris into an orbital veil as the bodies melted together. This union left Earth forever changed. Now with a moon, a 23.5-degree axial tilt, and pregnant with added mass. Gross. The planet had become fertile for the evolution of life. Though destructive, collision has made Earth a rare home from which to gaze at the stars and study the movements of celestial bodies, both past and present. Two gays. Make it 3 gays. Gee, I'm picking up. Oh, I'm throwing rocks at him. Throwing asteroids. I'm throwing ass at him. Oh! Collision. An eggshell broken from hatching, or perhaps by a predator. Unclear. Remnants of a meal. Okay. An unfinished timepiece. Its construction flawed. A defective watch, difficult to repair now. Debris from a late-night diner at the Hopper. Oh my god, the phone number. The Kissy. The Hopper. Us. Look out! guys. Oh my god, look out. Oh god, not again, please. Look out, look out. Oh! Okay, I'm fine. Louder. Holy shit, look out, guys. Okay, I'm fine. Oh. Doors? I'm just falling in line. Oh, kiss, kiss, kiss. Holy shit. Oh my god. In a wind tunnel. The hell? Idiot. What? How? Rabbit. Rabbit. Oh. No, not that one. Or... Parts salvaged from ancient technology, repurposed to monitor particle collisions. Okay. Is this me? This. Whatever you say, man. I love this guy. Oh shit. What the hell am I doing? I don't know if that does anything. Two. A piece of chalk that yearns for an image to sketch. Just like me. Dear, I miss him. Yeah. Oh god. Oh, there's stuff down here too. Is that not right? All the way right, all the way right. Oh, I need to do it like this. I don't know what. Oh shit. Left plus right equals 0. They should both be in the middle. And how do I make it? Go uppies. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Now we need a cosine wave. Oh shit, EP. Sorry. A heat-resistant flask used to study Martian chemistry. Take a drink. Let's go. She is for real my favorite. Okay, so I need all of this shit. It should be 0. This is in the middle. That's in the... This is always... This is always like this. This is new. Oh, this is a question. This is also... It's looking pretty good to me. Close, at least. There we go. Oh shit. Okay, I bet I know that this is left and right at opposite ends. A radio dish that catches vibrations from Earth. Are we not on Earth? What are we? Oh yeah. Let's go. I get to listen to this? Oh. Holy fuck, dude. Keep introducing new shit. Yeah, this still says 0. This. Doesn't tell me anything. Kind of seeing it. Oh shit. Okay. Vibrantly colored flowers that grow upon a particle accelerator. Holy shit, you're on fire! Her hair is down. One more time, baby. Okay, what did they introduce to this? I can't even. So many question marks. Second one. That's fine. Oh, what was that? I should probably look at what shape I'm going for. Spirals? Holy shit. Oh, probably. Oh. I think almost. Doesn't feel like it's doing anything. Give me that. Oh. How do I get spirals? Holy shit. Does it give me anything? It's showing this all the way left this time, but that's still all the way right. So this is... Right, it's that one. Right? Yeah, I don't know what else to do though. I'm a little bit lost. Oh my god, that was it? I could have been here forever, dude. Yeah, we found it. Woo! Oh. A perfect bound book. It contains answers to the constant question, how to end the Big Bang? End? Oh, fuck. Mars Super Collider project has liftoff. He is no man. Pog! Pog! Can I get a pog in the pog, please? Pog, pog. What am I doing? Oh, I'm making the. Okay. I thought I was just clicking on them. That was pretty epic. There's something on it. Oh, do I poke up there? Wow. Holy shit. Oh god, guys, look out. A manual for black hole creation. Heavy in the hand and answering a question. Oh shit. Oh, we're almost there, guys. Oh, fuck. They're golden. Holy shit, we're at the end. Oh, oops. Regret fills the heart as a star is surrounded. Are all of these gonna be? Voices call out in interstellar space. A quiet moment of failure. Expected disappointment. New ways of looking at old things. It's the end of the Big Bang. There's no going back. Holy shit, we've got 4 more. I am gonna go pee real quick. First. BRB. Oh my god, I'm so cold. Oh, that kind of scared me. The Kardashev scale describes 3 stages of a civilization's development. The Type 1 civilization utilizes all the energy on its home planet, not yet capable of considering other worlds to draw from. This power is minuscule compared to the Type 2 civilization, which looks beyond itself to bask in all the radiant heat emitted from the star that it orbits. Lastly, the godlike Type 3 civilization can harness the entire energy output of its home galaxy by tossing matter into the supermassive black hole at its galactic core. At the galactic core, to reach one's full potential, a bit of sacrifice is required, it seems. Wow, did it get louder, or am I... I accidentally bumped the dial on my headset. Orbiting. Oh, wow. What am I doing? Okay. Structure. Oh, shit, I didn't get to read it. Structure for collecting sunlight. Brings back vivid memories of the past. Okay, I caught it on the stream. Oh my god, I'm right there, please. Damn! Yeah, I'd stop the Big Bang for her too. Woo! Get in there, bud. Oh, what? Oh shit, it's a bunch of bees falling into a trap. A flower that is no longer needed. Time to move on? Ah, shit. She doesn't want me anymore. Oh. Huh. Or is it because she's dead? Like, I'm not sure. I think she's dead. I think the Big Bang, if I remember correctly from the beginning, is like the Big Bang is this guy shooting her. Bang as in like bang from a gun. This scene right here. I didn't get any clues or anything. Still got my Voices call out in interstellar space. Scientists warn the world about dangers to human existence through a metaphorical doomsday clock. The later the hour that this clock tolls, the greater the threat to civilization. Efforts to create international unity to do little to turn back the clock. Conceived with no hours earlier than 9, the darkness of midnight has always been a looming inevitability. As the doomsday clock approaches the end, some of those on Earth begin to look towards the heavens. Oh, breaking news. Oh, it's horrible. Okay. Wait, what time do I need it to be? 4:25. And then 7:05. And then 11:15. These people wait here all day? That is crazy. Oh, what's wrong? Oh, it's departure from the Earth? Okay, it makes more sense why they were sitting there all day, I guess. Damn. Woo! Old Earth preservation craft. Spaceship whose hull is stitched together from steel recycled from ocean line. Excuse me. Conservatorship. Population 359 million. Wow. Holy shit, there's so much information on it. Oh, it's people. Use Space Cowboy. Star Wars was a mistake. It wasn't me. That's not English. What? Passenger manifest. Are these like people maybe who worked on the game or something? These are very much. Well, there'd be a lot of people to work on this game, I guess. I don't know anything about games. Maybe people who first played the game, they're allowed to add comments or something. I get to click on this first one. Suspicious lack of communication. A massive craft with advanced propulsion that makes no noise. Only 1,000 people on this one. Patreon, yeah, that makes more sense. That's what I was thinking of, was Patreon. It has people's names. This one doesn't have any comments. Well, this one just has a heart, but all the Patreon backers are in the credits. I know that they like to put Patreon stuff in there, and I always think that's neat. This is a really cool way to do it. What I'm assuming is correct. There's a lot of spaceships. Due consideration, a beautifully crafted vessel. Population 155 million. Maybe it's like the different tiers for Patreon or the different ships. The stars warned us and we didn't listen. I hope this time you do. Everything we are is time. Always remember where you came from. A lot of these are like really poetic, and then there was one that was just the lyrics to that Shrek song. I can't think of the name of it right now. The Great Ship Friendship, a vast ship featuring several ecosystems and massive thrusters. Population 3 billion. God damn. That's a lot of people. Do not disturb while on hypersleep. First and last cat to travel in outer space. May my family forgive me for what must be done. It was 15 years ago that he left. I've been in stasis since then. Now we'll finally be reunited. Are all of these... Can I click on every single one of these? Free from the ravages of intellect, a warcraft that's been refitted to carry passengers. Population 349 million. One crate of eels. What? Would you kindly click me a ship on 1,000-year journey? Jesus. Population 84 million. Thanks. WTF. Don't know what that is. Going. Everything is going to be okay. Holy cannoli. Encyclopedia Terrestria, an old ship whose power systems are half deteriorated. Population 496 million. It's a good day to die, such is life. To strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. -wit, a ship that is leaking fuel. That's not good. 350 million. Got a creamy craving for the devil's weed. Okay. Hey, Memento Mori, am I right, guys? Okay. Don't eat the space chicken, it's a little dry. Evans is a time traveler. I don't know who Evans is. Marking plier. Don't shoot, we bring messages. A threatening looking ship that has been refitted with solar sail. 995 million. Hey girl, hey. So it's not got a lot of messages. Greetings. I got friends in starry places, an enormous vessel cobbled together from old components. Oh shit, the population doesn't have commas in it. I think it's 1,995,000,000. Mozzarella is the coolest cat I know. Mozzarella. Check out mkpusa.org. Hey Zeke, check that out. think there's just 2 more. Better left instead. A huge spaceship that flies by noiselessly. Population 1,000. Another small one. Loser. This one doesn't have... This one's got blank ones too. Okay. And this little one. Lao Tzu. A ship that leads the way forward. Population 42 million. Oops, I just clicked off of it. I guess that one's not important. That was pretty cool. I didn't need to spend that much time there, but it was interesting at least. So the people are leaving Earth. Let me click it. It's really quiet right here. Like freaky when it's all quiet like this. What do I do? What is this yellow? Okay. A golden record, beautifully made, inspires further listening.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
Wow.
Вам sve najlepše sa naše planete.
It's the first time there's real speaking in this.
Приветствую вас.
Witajcie, istoty za światu.
Пересилаємо привіт із нашого світу, бажаємо щастя, здоров'я і многое літа.
Oiknis poteste hairete, eirenikos prosphilus elelythamen philoi.
नमस्कार विश्व शांती हो.
नमस्कार. या पृथ्वीतील लोक तुम्हाला त्यांचे शुभविचार पाठवतात आणि त्यांची इच्छा आहे की तुम्ही या जन्मी धन्य हो.
Why did they have a kid do the English one?
Ria Dumelisa Marena.
สวัสดีค่ะสหายในธรณีโพ้นพวกเราในธรณีนี้ขอส่งมิตรจิตมาถึงท่านทุกคน
Hartelijke groeten aan iedereen.
Selamat malam hadirin sekalian. Selamat berpisah dan sampai bertemu lagi di lain waktu.
Hola y saludos a todos.
太空朋友，您好，您食饱未？有闲就来阮遮坐哦。
Is it gonna have every single language on here?
ज़मीन के रहने वालों की तरफ से आपको खुशामदीद कहते हैं.
Aibuan.
Milí přátelé, přejeme vám vše nejlepší.
Chân thành gửi tới các bạn lời chào thân hữu.
Should I keep going or should I stop?
Üdvözletet küldünk magyar nyelven minden békét szerető lénynek a világegyetemen.
Muslayo muky'abantu b'ensi eno, Mukama abawe emirembe bulijjo.
Silema Hemen.
Բոլորանոն, որ գտնվին Եզերքի միքամազություններեն անցին ողջույններ.
Salutări la toată lumea.
Okay, I think that's enough. Blue ball. Oh, I don't get to look at the blue ball. I can still see the disc in my vision. It's like burned into my retinas. I'm almost there. Just 2 more, I think. Yeah. Your ways of looking at old things. The night sky shimmers with brilliant points of light, but the naked eye cannot glimpse every celestial body hidden underneath the dark. We construct telescopes to gain a more intimate view. The hues of the visible spectrum initially delight, but we soon yearn to see new secrets. We create devices to detect gravitational waves which gently roll through our bodies. We see radio waves serenade the machines with songs of our stellar neighbors. We witness the heat burning underneath a sheet of nebula, and infrared astronomy reveals 2 stars caught in orbit. Numerous types of astronomy must be pursued in our passion to understand the origin of our universe. The origin of our universe! What's he sitting on? Oh. Did it take a picture of it? Beat it up. Yeah, beat it up. What is that? Reveal, I bet. Am I looking for that? Shit, a black hole. Oh, I can see where I am on the thing. No, maybe I was supposed to stop on the black hole or something. Oh, God. Oh, man, this is horrifying. Where's that thing, though? Gravitational waves emanate from the location of a destroyed planet. Looks like a shrimp. I'm moving so slowly this time. Wow. Oh God, okay, I don't want to do that. Oh, that was like sickening. I guess it's probably one of these ships. Maybe? Is that what I'm getting? convoy of tiny ships, wonderfully crafted but vulnerable in the unforgiving universe. So it's not. Ugh, that is horrible. Oh, it's definitely this. What's it look like? Oh, maybe it's not? Huge steel cylinders filled with a vast population. For now, they slowly spin in space, broadcasting songs of life. Okay, it's not that. Click on it, please. Huh. Oh. Oh, it's this guy. Can I not click on him? I guess not. I really thought that was it. Where's the thing I'm looking for? It's not this, it's not. Where is it? How am I struggling so hard with this? Ugh. Oh man. Oh man. Can I not see it with the other one? I just missed this completely. Radio transmissions announce an anomaly and a mission to investigate. It's dumb. Bullet. Oh. An unfinished space station, immense and intricate but designed for destruction. I can't see anything else on this one. A rapidly approaching rocket, its engine emits gravitational waves, manipulating space-time in unexpected ways. Let me just Spaceman! Got my autograph? Oh! An embarrassing portrait. Flattering but unwanted. Conflicting emotions need to be processed. I look so cute, though. No, don't be embarrassed. It's okay. Cute. Alright, here we go. It's the last one. The end of the Big Bang. There's no going back. One possible fate of our universe is for the expansion of the Big Bang to slow to a crawl and finally reverse under the power of gravity. Numerous black holes will consume all matter and merge, becoming larger and larger. As our universe was born from a single point during the Big Bang, existence may end in one unfathomably large black hole, occupying a single point in space. We call this theory the Big Crunch. An interesting theory, but we are confident that this shall not be our destiny. Here we go. Wow. This looks like one of those biblically accurate angels. Just going in big circles. Just going in big circles. Us. Right. A golden ratio that spirals inward to a smaller and smaller point. Wow. Okay. Singularity. Just like that V song. Am I turning everything into black holes? Radio waves that carry the sound of an improvised jazz beat. I love it. Spaceships filled with passengers. Oh, I can't go any further. There's that jazz beat. A gas giant that never became a star. Can I check out my thingies? Oh. Crazy how the music just cuts out. Remnants of the early days of the universe. It's like the black hole is sucking up the sound too. It's like really almost haunting. Okay, I better go get that jazz band. God, it's getting so big. No! A constellation depicting an ancestral hunt. Oops. That's just these spaceships, I think. There's something else over here. The Earth! Curious planet inhabited by beautiful and dangerous creatures. I'll do that last. Don't think it matters, but you know. Oh, there's another planet over there. I saw that. Did I know that? I don't remember if I ran into this or no. A planetoid whose tectonic plates once shifted but have been fused together. Okay. Damn. Alright, Earth. You've had a good run. But it's time. Oh no, migraine.
Stop!
Oh. Wow.
Old friend.
Okay. Who are you? Oh, you're... Everybody? Where?
Stop now, eternal demon!
Please stop, ancestral spirit.
Yeah.
Beat, brother.
No, my favorite guy.
Stop worrying, time traveler.
No, no, no. Okay, they're naked.
You have a choice, young man.
Wait, do I actually make a choice? Do I actually... Does this matter? If I click off, will it... Oh shit. Oh, we're kissing and stuff. I don't know if there was a choice or not. Like, I just clicked on my hand because I figured I'd have to drag the golden thing to the black hole, or I could click off my hand, and I don't know if that would have done anything else. Black holes are cold, lonely places. They are not, however, absolutely cold. Through quantum mechanical tricks, particles trapped inside the black hole can create a virtual double and escape from their prison. This process, known as the Hawking radiation, predicts that even the most massive of black holes will one day evaporate into nothingness. Counterintuitively, as the mass of the black hole approaches zero, its temperature erupts to hotter than even a supernova. You wouldn't want to be nearby. Got a point. I would not want to be nearby a black hole. Soup. Solidarity. Solitaire. Solitaire. Solitar. Solitary. Oh my god. Hello? Oh. Okay. What happens when I run out of matches? supposed to be going a certain way? I don't think so. I think I'm just supposed to run out of matches. Match for running in circles. Oh. The stolen watch. Though crushed, it is repairable. That's right, the game started with one of my watches being stolen. Oh, I have to wait. Match for taking a break. Okay. A match for boredom. Because there's nothing out here anymore. This is it. It's just me alone in the vast emptiness of a black hole, I guess. A match for the unexpected. What is that? A carpet? Holy shit, the deer. Oh, back just grabbed. Match for contemplation. I'm sure he's had plenty of time to do that. What's that? Tea. That's right. The tea from... Yeah. So it was the deer and then the tea people and then inspiration. Was that... Did we jump immediately to the scientist? No, the bass guy. The bass player. And then I think it was the scientist after that. We're planning. It's gotta be. A match for escape. Oh. Shit. Setting everything on fire, baby. Woo. Everything. Big door. God, this is haunting. When the last stars burn out and all that remains in the universe are black holes, the Big Bang may still roar with the cacophony of life. Okay? I don't know how to say that word. We will fling rockets into the rotating ergosphere of a black hole in a technique called the Penrose process. Like a pedal caught in a whirlpool, these rockets gain tremendous speed and energy. Before falling into the black hole, a second ignition will send half of the rocket out of the gravitational field while the rest drops into the abyss. Though only recovering half of the initial rocket, we will gain massive energy. Harnessing the power of a black hole, our civilization will thrive for trillions of years in the darkness. What we might choose to do during this eternity, well, only time will tell. Ani? I don't know what you're... Oh, what's wrong with my hand? My fingers! No! Oh shit! Oh, I only saw the second one. Cacophony? Cacophony? Sorry, I didn't even see your first one. Uteralus lucanis. Singular. It's just me. Oh, colors. It's the first. I think that's the first time there's been color in this game. That is crazy. An inaccurate statue. Oh, jeez. Siren Sapien. Colors. You could just step on her. Angie, they took your arm, dude.
Well, considering.
Step on him.
You're mad.
You're mad. Yeah, I'd be mad too.
But you're here now.
You're just gonna give me flowers? It's not gonna make my arm grow back. Or is it?
We see. You're missing so much. More than an arm.
Let's go! I'm Finn the human.
You look at me.
And I can see the love we share.
Eternally.
Purple. I'm putting color in the game. Scientist. We're dancing. Ooh. Ronan? Is that what that is? I don't know what a Ronin is. Ooh. Not rowing, Zeke, Ronin. Like Ronin, something. What? The deer. That should be all of them now. I missed. Oops. Oh. Okay. I kind of don't like this song. Unfortunately. Maybe it's just because it's been playing for so much. What else is there? Oh my god, that was it. Flowers. Oh my god, please, I don't want to listen to this song anymore. What's that? A vision of flowering future brings back vivid memories of the past. Go backwards. Holy shit.
Can we stop it? No.
Holy shit, he has a voice. And he sounds nerdy as hell. No. Oh shit. What color door do I want? Oh. Of course I want the scientist. Come on, come on. Loving a science don't need no license. Can I not? Am I not allowed to go in? Please! I want the scientist. What? Why am I allowed to go in that one and not the other one? Ow. Oh sh- Gun! Okay, that door's closed. I guess I'll do the scientist last then. Maybe that's why I didn't let me go in, because I knew I'd like that one the best. Oh, I didn't even read what that said. Oh my god, he turned into a rock. I don't really know what's happening. I don't know what any of this means. This one was pretty cool too. I like this one. I like the deer. Evolution. Hunting for bison. Oh shit. Oh nice. That one doesn't look bad. That one looks pretty bad. So it looks like the middle one is the one that's the best every. Just one door remains. It's not red anymore. Is that why? Was I? Like, did I have to click on this one last? Black hole. Black hole. Not black hole. Green. Greenery. What now, all-knowing being? The hell, are you robbing me? That's why this all started. Oh my god, what's happening? Why do they all morph into like a Greek statue? Oh. Back home. Oh. Bubble theory states that there's a multiverse beyond our universe, a highly energized territory called the inflation field. There are infinite number of universes expand out of nothingness. Each one of these universes is unique, from the cosmological constant to the masses of the fundamental particles. As of yet, there is no way of understanding these strange worlds, but imagination embodies the dark unknown in myth. Green. Imagination embodies the dark unknown in myth. As I lay prostrate under the night sky, flashes of color illuminate my mind as the mushroom reaches my rumbling stomach and I sit straight as an arrow. The many stars shine down on me, and in them I see ancestors naked and gaunt. They dance in front of a great fire. They become ash. They become the stag and the bison. They bubble into roiling water and mist like demons. The sublime grandeur of the sky overwhelms, but the ancestral spirit's presence calms me, and out of this unknowable haze, a world emerges wrapped in familiar forms. Out of this unknowable haze, a world emerges wrapped in familiar forms. Meditation purges the mind of grief, of anxiety, of indecision, and in their place I find an empty cup in my hand. I too am empty now. The water boils, and I watch. Each bubble glistens brightly for a moment. Then it is gone. Memories flit through my mind, but then they are gone. Steam spouts from the kettle as it stings internally. Or externally. My serenity slips and thoughts of death return. I breathe intently once more as the internal demon is reborn and my mind transforms the wisps of preternatural smoke into bodies in steel and stone. My mind transforms the wisps of preternatural smoke into bodies in steel and concrete. Rhythms and harmonies become cheering audiences, drunk and lusty. My instrument pulls the crowd out of the night and makes them real. It pulls musicians to me too, brothers, dames, has-beens, and somebodies. I get drunk on whiskey, I bubble and dance with the crowd. Circles intersect for a few moments, and strangers inspire songs in me to rule the radio waves. I experiment with melody, but notes collide unpleasantly. The song eludes me, but the beat, brother, fills my heart with a rhythmic experience that reshapes the world and makes this form eternal. My experience reshapes the world and makes this form eternal. Particles become waves before my eyes as the lab machines buzz quietly. I throw the particles at each other and they shatter into a constellation of fragments. I analyze the results and discover unending expansion. I hypothesize its origins, an inflation field. I visualize this multiverse as a fractal of intersecting bubbles and my mind reels. The disparate particles collapse into one unified form, radiant and dangerous before becoming lost in the field. The data draws me in like a siren song. In my daze, a time traveler embraces me. I am comforted and comprehend the multiverse. I give it a name. Our imagination embodies the dark unknown in myth. Out of the unknowable haze, a world emerges, wrapped in familiar forms. Our mind transforms the wisp of preternatural smoke, I don't know what that word is, into bodies in steel and concrete. Our experiences reshape the world and makes this form eternal. We give it a name. We call it the constant. Exodus. Just the longest legs known to man. Holy shit, I took off my jacket.
Don't have to save anyone.
Oh my god, I'm colors. Okay, not quite. Oh. I could enter or I could leave? I don't, this whole game has not been just like me making decisions now. I don't know what to do. She's so hot though. But but she, I guess we've already seen this timeline today. Like, we know what happens if we go in. Like, she dies and we become depressed. Oh. I made the less lonely choice, is what my achievement just said. What the hell? You would have called this place the Constant. I sit alone. My cheap coffee cools as I voice each of the many names you would have had. Knowing you would look at me with pride, I feel myself torn. My body, the steel of this counter, the concrete of the pavement, it all dissolves back into wisps of preternatural smoke as you fade from memory. I have no plan, and I take another sip. Imagination embodies the dark unknown and myth, and that is all you are. Kickstarter, not Patreon. Holy fuck, there's so many names. We're only at J. That is crazy amount of support. Deserved though. This is a really beautiful game. Like, I love the art style and the audio, obviously. Oh fuck. Well, that was it. That was the end, I suppose. I guess I can't say I fully understand what it was, but it seemed like our character was a time traveler and we were going back in time to going back and forward in time to try to stop the Big Bang, which was that unbelievably ungodly thick woman being shot by the saxophone guy. And that I don't know, I guess that was either our girlfriend or a woman that we liked a lot, and the reason that not going into her room that night is the less lonely option is probably because she ends up dying and then you're just chasing after her, or she doesn't die and she's like not interested in you and you're still chasing after her the rest of your life, so you're lonely as hell or something. Or you start time traveling to try to get her back, and that's a lonely life to live. I don't know. Either way, gorgeous game. I loved it. I'm a big fan of space, so having just a giant space-themed game is pretty ideal for me. So, yeah, that's the end of the game. Now I guess I'll upload the VOD to YouTube, and then I'll have to make a thumbnail. Okay. I don't know what single player game I should play next. I have stuff downloaded. I want to play Ori and the Blind Forest, so maybe I'll do that one next. Tonight? I don't know, maybe not. there's a lot of time left. I didn't expect to play this for so long. It's like at least an hour ago when I clicked that last diamond on the gunshot thing, and I expected that to just be the end. Like, I was expecting it to end soon after that. And now I've been here for almost 4 hours. It's probably like 2 hours ago that I clicked on that last diamond. There's a lot of stuff afterwards I was not expecting to happen, so it's a bit long, but it happens. Now I'll figure out what. Yeah, I thought the game was gonna end a good few times, and then it just kept going. It wasn't bad though. It's just, there's only so much you can say without there being any words in the game. You know, I guess I'll look up what happens if you do go into her room at the end there, because that seemed to be the only really decision that you could make in the game that would alter how it would end. There's puzzles here and there, but you get those eventually. That doesn't change how the game progresses. So I'm gonna see what would happen then. And I guess there's that other part where I could have not clicked on my hand, but I don't know if that was a decision or not. I'll see. I'm gonna see. That's the end.